Knowing oneself, the root of true freedom. That morning, gentle sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting warm golden rays upon the ground. I sat on the steps of the dormitory courtyard, watching the dewdrops still lingering on the grass, silently feeling a profound peace enveloping the entire space. From afar, the master's silhouette appeared. He approached with unhurried steps, his demeanor calm, free, and completely at ease. I stood up and bowed to him, my heart overflowing with deep respect. Master, I have always wondered, how can one know who they truly are? The master paused slightly, looked at me with gentle eyes, and asked in return, in your opinion, what is it that prevents you from knowing who you are? I hesitated for a moment, then answered, I think it is perhaps because I am dominated by too many things, my family's expectations, societal pressures, and even the conflicting desires within my own heart. The master nodded slightly, his eyes seeming to see right through my inner turmoil. That is exactly the reason, my child. When you allow yourself to be bound by external things, you no longer have the time or space to listen to your true self. He gently picked up a fallen leaf at his feet and held it up before my eyes. Look at this leaf. It falls not because the tree has abandoned it, but because the leaf has fulfilled its mission. I asked, puzzled, What do you mean, Master? He smiled. Knowing who you are is not a journey of seeking, but a journey of letting go. When you let go of the attachments, titles, and expectations that do not belong to you, you will naturally see your true essence clearly. I pondered for a moment and then asked further, But Master, how do I know what is mine and what does not belong to me? He pointed to the tranquil surface of the lake before us, then turned to me and asked, Look at that lake. When the surface is still, you can see the image of the sky reflected clearly. But if the water is stirred, what will you see? I looked intently at the lake and replied, I will only see ripples, and the reflection of the sky will be distorted. The master nodded and said profoundly, That is exactly your mind. When your mind is still, you will clearly see your own true nature. But when your mind is agitated by external noise, those distorted images will cause you to lose your way. I sighed, feeling how true the master's words were to my own life. Then how can I make my mind still, Master? He gently placed the leaf into the palm of my hand and smiled. Begin with listening, not listening to the noise outside, but listening to the very calling from within. He continued, When you listen, you will find that the desires that do not belong to you will automatically dissolve. What remains is your true essence. No need to search, no need to prove. I felt my heart gradually lighten, as if a massive burden had just been lifted. I asked further, Master, when I know who I am, will I achieve freedom? He nodded slightly, his voice seeming to echo into the space. When you know that you are simply yourself, you are no longer bound by external things. You will live like a river, flowing freely, not trying to control the direction, but knowing that you are always flowing toward the great ocean. He paused, his eyes looking at me with immense tolerance. Freedom is not doing whatever you want, but rather not being bound by anything you do not want. I stood in stunned silence, looking out at the tranquil lake. I asked softly, Master, what is the first step to knowing who I am? He placed his hand on my shoulder, his voice instilling strength. The first step is to listen to yourself. When your mind is still, you will realize that you do not need to try to become anyone at all. You just need to live true to your own nature. Remember, be nobody to become anybody. Once you become somebody, you can no longer become anybody else. I felt my heart become simple and light. The morning sunlight sparkled on the lake like a light illuminating my own soul. I whispered to myself, listen, let go, settle the mind and let go again. The master advised, as the teachings left for posterity by Emperor Monk Chun Yantong says, the treasure is within your own house. Stop seeking outside. Remember, you do not need to go looking for freedom. Freedom resides within your own mind. Overwhelmed with gratitude, I promised myself to begin the journey of listening and letting go.